Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Cruise News. My name is James, and in this week's episode, Carnival has to classify what they consider a service dog. Search is called off for a man that has gone overboard on a Carnival ship, and also the search was called off for a MSC cruise member that went overboard as well. Plus, a Carnival passenger was banned for life for bringing a prohibited item on board. I'm going to go over all of those stories in this week's episode of Cruise News. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel. I've got 4 cruise news stories to go over for this week's episode, so I'm going to go ahead and get right on into the first episode, and that comes from Carnival. Apparently there was a little bit of an issue about what Carnival considered a service animal or a service dog. Apparently a customer had a bit of a complaint because they saw, I guess, what was described as a giant poodle that was with a passenger, and they didn't think that this giant poodle could be a service animal. And they weren't sure exactly, what constituted a service animal or a service dog. So John Heald, of course, the brand ambassador for Carnival, came out and basically said that Carnival only allows service dogs. They don't allow the emotional support dogs. It has to be like a legally defined service dog or service animal, and that is defined as, and he says, trained to meet disability-related needs such as guiding a blind person, alerting a deaf person, pulling wheelchairs, alerting and protecting a person having a seizure or other medically related tasks. And he did say that can be any random number of breed of dogs. It isn't a specific type of dog breed that can only be used as a service animal. It can be different breeds as long as they've been trained, that they can in fact be a service animal for a passenger. And then that person can go anywhere on the ship. It isn't confined to certain areas, because I guess that was another issue. Oh, can they go in the dining room? If the person needs it for, if they're blind and they can't see, they have to get to the dining room. So, these animals can be brought into the dining room anywhere on the ship, basically, that the person would go to normally. They can be brought into there. And like I said, it can be any breed. It just can't be an emotional support dog. So you can't, this isn't like the grocery store where it would be nice if you could bring your dog with you, that kind of thing. No, only the actual, trained, licensed service dogs are allowed to sail with the passenger on a Carnival ship. All right, and these next 2 news stories are going to be a couple sad ones. The first one comes from Carnival as well, and that is a man that went overboard. They did a search and rescue for this person, and they have called off the search. The man went missing on November 13th. This was from the Carnival Glory. The man went, they didn't actually know at first if he went overboard, just that he was missing. He had been missing apparently for the morning. The party that was with him could not find him. They did find out after reviewing security camera footage that apparently he did in fact go overboard about midnight-ish, I believe, the evening before, but the ship wasn't actually notified. The Coast Guard wasn't notified until that afternoon, so it had already been basically half a day that he had fallen overboard. Passenger was identified as a 28-year-old man. His name is Tyler Barnett. Like I said, he went, overboard. Coast Guard was notified. They'd actually searched a very wide area in the Gulf of Mexico because obviously they weren't at first unsure of when he actually went overboard and when he went missing. So they didn't have really a good area to pinpoint that, kind of narrow down the search location. So they kind of had to do a wide area because obviously if he went overboard at midnight or was missing at a certain point, nobody had seen him in that. They basically have to search that entire area until they then found out that he did in fact go over at midnight. Then they could kind of, more focus in on the area the ship was by then. Unfortunately, though, in that area at the time, there was some pretty bad weather, strong winds, rain, all that actually hampered the search. So obviously, if it hampers the search as far as ships and helicopters, it's definitely not going to be good if you happen to fall overboard and you were still alive as you're in the water. But yeah, unfortunately, like I said, Coast Guard had to call off their search on that one. And like I said, the passenger's name, 28-year-old Tyler Barnett, is the passenger that went missing. All right, and in another overboard incident where the Coast Guard had to call off a search, this time it was a crew member that went overboard. The search also was called off. This happened on the MSC Seascape, where a crew member unfortunately went overboard. Didn't have a name for the passenger, just that it was a 30-year-old crew member, male crew member, that went overboard. They did the search, I believe they found out immediately that he went overboard because they did rescue or recover, I should say, 2 of the life rings, the life preserver rings. I guess 3 of them were thrown over the ship to try to get to this person. 2 of them were recovered. The third one was not. So obviously people saw that he went overboard and were able to throw those in. But unfortunately, they did not find him, and the Coast Guard did have to call off their search for him as well. This happened in an area just north of Puerto Rico. So, it's just another incident, where, an accident can happen. I know a lot of people think, oh, of course, someone's drunk, they fall overboard, and that does obviously happen. But I'm guessing this crew member probably wasn't drunk in the middle of the day or when it happened and fell overboard. So sometimes accidents also can just happen. But unfortunately, neither one of those people were found, and both the Coast Guard called off the search on both of those missing persons. All right, everybody, if you made it this far into the video and you're not already subscribed to the channel, let me go ahead and invite you to subscribe. I post cruise news and theme park news episodes once a week, and I also vlog all of our adventures, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to check all that out. If you enjoyed this video so far, hit that like button, and of course, always leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about any of these news stories that I'm going over. So let's go ahead and get into the final news story of the week. All right, our final news story also, again, comes from Carnival. This one I'm a little, I don't know about so much. I'm going to explain what happened. Basically, this happened in August of this year, so this was a few months ago. A woman boarding the Carnival Horizon attempted to bring some CBD gummies on board, which is a no-no on a Carnival ship. So, of course, they found it when she was, I guess, going through security to get onto the ship originally. They found these CBD gummies. She claims that they are used to help her sleep as a sleep aid, kind of in lieu of a sleeping pill, I guess. That's the reason she takes them. These are actually, because the ship it left from Florida. These are legal in Florida to buy these. I believe you can have 0.03 of whatever's in it, and she had this, or 0.3 is the maximum amount, that's allowed to be in it. She had 0.01 of the 0.3 in these gummies, so they definitely weren't the strongest CBD product you could buy. Like I said, they are legal in Florida, but Carnival does prohibit any CBD type of products on their ship. So obviously they stopped her, did not allow her to take that on there, did not allow her to go on the cruise, and then banned her for life. She got a letter later on saying that she was banned from basically booking any Carnival cruise in the future, and if she did, she would risk losing a deposit, and she wouldn't be able to go on the ship. Now, maybe it's just me, but this seems to be quite heavy-handed from Carnival. It was a Carnival ship, so I don't know if it's like the Carnival family. I would imagine it's any of the Carnival ships, but it's, and I understand that, okay, they don't allow certain items. I don't fault them for that, saying, hey, you can't bring this on, we don't allow this. But to ban someone for life for bringing or attempting to bring a prohibited item onto the ship, it wasn't like she was bringing like a suitcase full of weed or coke or something. It was literally a CBD gummy. To ban somebody for life for something that isn't even illegal here. It's just a prohibited item. You wouldn't hear of Carnival banning somebody for trying to bring an iron on the ship or any other prohibited, oh, you can't have this. Yeah, sorry, you can't take it on. You're banned for the rest of your life. I understand that she was, like I said, that they wouldn't let her on, but to ban someone for life for bringing an item, I would think, okay, I obviously, like I said, I get you can't bring it on. We're not allowing you to bring this on. Even maybe to go so far as to say, we're not, you can't bring this. We're not allowing you on this cruise. Even that would seem a little much. But to just ban you for life, maybe it's just me. Like I said, it just seems that's quite heavy-handed. It isn't like this is a multiple offender of this. This is somebody that has gone on multiple cruises. I could see, hey, we told you last time you didn't do it, and you're trying to do it again. Now there's a punishment. It was a very minuscule amount of CBD that isn't illegal here. It's not like she tried to bring a gun or a knife on. It wouldn't really have affected anybody. I don't see the need for the lifetime ban because of this. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe that's just me. Leave me a comment down below. Do you think it's deserved for someone to get a lifetime ban from Carnival because they tried to bring a CBD gummy on that technically isn't even illegal here? It's just prohibited. So obviously you can't bring it on the ship, but to be banned for life because of this, unless she had also created this monster scene at the cruise port, just seems a little heavy-handed to me. But like I said, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think, whether that's too strict, not, or just right amount of punishment. Let me know that in the comments down below. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for another episode of Cruise News. Like I said, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave me a comment down below. And as always, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.